Hi, this is the second video to a video that I made tonight, which is titled "Bring This Baby Home," and that video is about baby Santiago. It focuses mainly on this couple who have had their baby snatched by British social services. And so I've made the points about MMS, and I didn't want to detract from their case by sharing the concerns that now I'm sharing, because they've had their baby snatched, and now this video is looking at all the other babies that have now died, okay, as a direct result of why this couple is being persecuted in the first place, because they're promoting a product called MMS, which is fully explained in the other video, but it defeats the malaria illness, okay? It totally defeats it. So it cures it. It cures the malaria pathogens in the blood. It cures it. And as we know, that people who contract malaria, they can suffer from illness for all the rest of their lives, and they'll need anti-malaria drugs, all the treatments for it. And so many children die of this illness that afflicts particularly countries like Africa, okay? Now, this test was done, it was done by the Red Cross. The evidence is all here. I'm not going to play the video. You please watch this video and get educated, get informed, okay? So now the person that's going to be talking, I'm just going to play you a little bit here, which is Leo Kohoff, who took part in the field test, and even this guy, Klaus Prosmans, okay, he's the narrator in the video and did everything he could to keep the results secret. They've kept it secret, the Red Cross, right? And they know that this works, and it's so cheap to make. But oh my gosh, it is such a threat to Big Pharma. So I'm just going to play you this little extract here, which is Leo Kohoff, author, videographer and MMS trainer to the Red Cross staff. Okay, so you know, this guy was there. So who are we going to believe here? Because you know that the media here, okay, are saying that this couple, you know, they were going to give their baby bleach. They've been brainwashed into putting bleach before their child, because the guy that actually promotes this, and I think may have even got it together, you know, put it together, he's the one that discovered it, I suppose you could say. He's part of a church. Well, in my other video I said I thought it was called Church of the God of Love, but here it's referred to as the Genesis 2 project, so maybe I just got it wrong in my other video. But it isn't really important, because what's important is that Jim Humble and the people who work with him, who believe in Jesus and God, you know, they are genuinely trying to do God's work. So they are trying to heal people, aren't they? That's what Jesus did, healed the sick. So they're healing people with non-toxic, non-harmful, with a non-toxic, non-harmful medication. Oh, apparently it's highly toxic and has already killed people. We've been working for years to stop the work of Genesis 2 Church, of which Leonardo is a so-called bishop, she told us. Who told us? What, British Social Services? Oh, Fiona O'Leary, co-founder of the not-for-profit organisation to Autistic Rights. She began working on exposing Leonardo Edwards for the last 2 years. So what on earth is a person from Autistic Rights Together exposing Leonardo? Who is this woman? Fiona O'Leary. Okay, I'm going to check her out, because I want to know why she's going around spreading lies, saying British social services were absolutely right to remove the child. Because, you know, apparently they want to give it bleach. So now you've heard the crap lies, okay, from the monsters who don't even know what they're talking about, really. They get told something by some sort of professional person up in authority, and they just blindly believe it because their minds are like garbage cans. Okay, they'll swallow any bit of rubbish you chuck into it, as long as it is nicely wrapped and it's coming from a posh person. So let's listen to what Leo Kohoff's got to say.
When I published my video of the Red Cross MMS malaria test on YouTube in May 2013, I was totally surprised by the comments I received. The doctors suggest the video was fake and wanted more detailed information. At the same time, the Red Cross distanced itself and even went so far as to say it never happened. This misinformation was put out by Klaus Prusman himself, the one who initiated the test in the first place. He even suggests that the people wearing Red Cross t-shirts just happened to come by to see what was going on, and had nothing to do with the test. Since December 2012, when the malaria test was conducted, and today, June 29, 2013, we estimate that over 1 million children have suffered and died from malaria based on yearly World Health Organization statistics. That's about 1 child dying every minute. It is clear from the statements by the Red Cross staff in the video. They are very happy to have found something that works so well against malaria, so they can reduce the suffering in the area. Today the Red Cross has done nothing with the results, except of course to hide the truth and tell lies. This is equivalent to genocide. I, as the one who showed the Red Cross staff how to use MMS, cannot allow this to quietly continue. I need to remind the Red Cross and all other humanitarian agencies of their responsibilities. It is one thing to have fear of losing one's job, but when we contrast that to the millions of lives lost each year to malaria, it is time they stopped being cowardly and step into the light of truth.
So there you go. You've heard. These people are lying. And Red Cross, you know, what are you about, Red Cross? I thought that you were something to do with Jesus. So you are representing Jesus, but you deny a cure for a serious illness to over 1 million babies and children, so they die. You put Big Pharma with its toxic medicines before the children. Now, you know, and that is why this couple's case, it is important what has been done, you know, what has been done, and I've highlighted their case. As I've said, this is a baby P of the British authorities now. This is the kind of abuse that British authorities are doing to children. We've seen what, you know, drug addicted parents can do to children. Baby P was held up, highlighted as the example. This is what selfish, greedy gits running our authorities, our media, the BBC have took part in condemning this couple as well, saying that they feed the, you know, they were going to feed the baby bleach, and that they go around drinking bleach. Okay, it is not bleach. Check my other video, I share the link in there. It explains. You can pause it just at that point and you can read exactly what MMS is. I'm not going to repeat it here because I think you should watch the other video. And if you like, you know, just scroll to it till you see the page that that you can read that explains what MMS is. It is a water purification system, and it does cure malaria, okay? And it's got, I think, 100% cure rate. It can be given to children, it can be given to babies, it can be given to adults. It cures that illness. And so part of the oppression that has hit that family, the parents of baby Santiago, that they've now had their baby taken off them by British authorities because they are standing by their principles, okay? And they are doing that. Why? Because they know how important this is. They know how important it is to especially the children of Africa. And you know, this is the third time I've made this video, because I've made some videos tonight and I've been quite upset, and this, I was just, it just outrages me, and I can't express how deeply disturbing and disgusting and despicable it is that these are the lengths that these people will go, you know, in order to protect their power and profits, and they'll let millions of children die because according to them there's too many of them, you know, because they're absolute nutters. There's not too many people. There's just enough people on this planet to really build a beautiful life on Earth. We've got a massive labour force, haven't we? Let's face it. The things that we could do with this amount of people, we've never had this amount of people. We could do so many things. But no, they'd rather keep people all sick or dying of illness or totally redundant, living, scratching about in the dirt, living in poverty. That is what they would rather do, because they want their stupid little fantasies realised, don't they? They want all their fantasies materialised. And all these poor people, well, you know, they couldn't be rich, could they, if they weren't allowed to rape Africa? And all these people, you know, every woman wearing a diamond, well, I'm sorry, love, you owe a debt to Africa, because people in Africa have suffered for you to have that diamond in your ring. So, you know, you paid some paper notes to somebody. But what have the African people received? Apparently, they not even have a right to receive a cure for a disease. Okay, this world is so evil that one, I was really annoyed with the Red Cross in the first place, that, you know, they'll just go to Africa and yeah, we're going to do this experiment. Who the fuck's checking them, really? I mean, alright, in this case, it was a fine thing, and this guy knew what he was about. But that's the kind of thing they do. They go and test things on people. Oh, they found something that works. Oh, hide that away quick. Because you see, they can't patent it. Because you can make it. Anybody can make it. It's really cheap to make. It's inexpensive. It purifies the water. But oh, apparently African people who can provide everything that this world has got, from your mobile phones to your laptops to whatever, but you know, we can't give them, oh no, we can't give them a cure for malaria, no. And in Britain they're stealing babies off parents, okay, on any grounds they can think of, because they're getting money for them. But in Africa, they're just killing them. They're killing through ignorance. You know, it is genocide. It's a terrorist attack, because they know what they're doing. And that guy at Red Cross, Klaus, what was his name? Klaus Prosmans. Seriously, you need to search your soul, Klaus, because you are going to have to account before the universe about your decision to deny cure for a deadly illness to children, you are going to have to explain that to Jesus. And especially working for an organisation that calls itself the Red Cross, apparently Christian, okay? Well, you will, I tell you now, you will have to give an account for yourself, okay? You're not going to get away with this. Either you're going to do a big turnaround, and that is what you do have to do. Klaus Postmans, you need now to come out, because this couple have lost their baby, okay? And basically already, by your ignorance, you've murdered over 1 million children. So how do you live with that? How much does it cost? How many backhanders did you get off Big Pharma? Or how many threats? Or how many guns at your head? Come out and tell us. Be a whistleblower. Let us know what pressures have been put on you, Klaus, in order for you to participate in basically the murder of 1 million children. Because that's what it is when you've got the cure and you just will not give it. Not because it's too expensive, no. Just because it will eat into Big Pharma's profits, and it will fly in the face of Agenda 21's depopulation programme, okay? Which is utter madness, okay? Because only a mad nutter could look at the wealth of humanity today and not do something good with that power of our species. Not do something good with the wealth that this planet has got, its natural wealth. Not to build a better life, not to establish law and decency for the children. You know, no, these people are totally crazy. They are a cancer, and this just all those children. We can just accept it. It's like I say, it's just this world where people just go, they read something in the newspaper, they were giving bleach to the baby. They never look. They're shallow people living in the shallows. Well, I'm very sorry to inform you people, but life is deep, and you need to start going a bit deeper. Instead of just reading something in a blooming newspaper or something on the BBC, with the BBC, absolutely evil organisation. I'm not saying all the people that work in the BBC are evil, but it is run by evil people. It's the people who work at the BBC now. You need to start asking questions. You need to stick your necks out, because we are going to have to do it. And if you don't, we'll expect to be murdered by the same people that have murdered over 1 million children just because they don't want them to have a cure for an illness that is earning Big Pharma billions in profits every year. But what profit is it to humanity then? What is profit to humanity is Big Pharma? Are we here just to be sick in order to keep Big Pharma going? Or is a pharmaceutical industry a human thing there to help humanity? What is it to be? Oh gosh, I just want to scream and scream and scream, and believe you me, I have done. And then all that's left are the tears. And then you just have to get on with it. You have to live another day in this. Really, it's just hell. That's all I can describe it as. Absolute hell. That's what it is. You know. The only pleasure really I get in life is looking at nature and watching some of the art creations that people make. The dramas, the stories. But that is about it really. I'm just sick. I'm sick of giving people information and nobody's acting on it. And the only time anybody listens is when it's coming off of a famous person. You know, for years and years and years I was saying to people, I don't vote. I was getting criticised left, right and centre, and I always said the same thing, there's nobody for me to vote for. When somebody comes in front of me that I think is a human being and is going to actually do something, I'll vote for them. But all the rest of them, no, because they're all one and the same. I recognised it years ago. Stop voting. Okay, oh apparently, oh People have suffered for me to have my right to vote. Really, have they? Well, give me somebody worth voting for then. Because why should I vote for evil, ignorant fools? Why should I vote for them? What? So I can say, oh, but I was just satisfying my right. You know what I mean? So, all right then. It's just crazy. Why have we got that right to vote? Why have we got that right to vote? If the only people we can vote for are a load of fools and puppets, corporate puppets. That isn't a choice. I want a choice, okay? And I haven't got a choice, so I'm just a slave. I just have to go on with what everybody else is choosing, because they're choosing these nutters and idiots, and they're choosing to believe absolute bullshit, aren't they? They're choosing to believe this crap because it's got a corporate splash on it. And this, ooh, it's just a YouTube video. It's just a YouTube video. But that is where people are having to turn now, to share the truth, because the media is not doing their job. I'm doing the media's job. I could be a BBC News reader, okay? Because that is essentially what I'm doing. I'm sharing the news with you people. I'm explaining things. Am I asking for a licence fee? Am I selling anything? Am I trying to big myself up? I'm just sharing knowledge. I'm just trying to help people, to guide people to wake up now. Because our child, the child of humanity, is at risk. Okay? And what has been going on in Africa with this MMS is, this is absolutely, it is, yeah, cowardly. That is what you are, Red Cross. You're a cowardly, disgusting organisation. You know what? So what, you fear losing your job? You fear being attacked? So all right then, we'll just let millions die. Is that, you know, these people have even, you know, they've stood by. No, we're right what we're saying. We don't have to give up MMS. It isn't bleach. We were never going to feed our baby bleach. Okay? But they are standing to their principles because they know what's at stake. It's not just their baby that's at stake here, is it? You're talking about millions of babies. And this is why this case is so important. And what this couple have done is absolutely courageous and outstanding. And they have done nothing wrong to their baby. They were not a threat to their baby, and their baby's been taken off them. Why? Because they want to take 1 million babies off 1 million parents in Africa every year, and then babies die. They're gone. They're dead. And it is serious when you got 1 million babies' lives hanging in the balance there. And a pack of lies. So which way do you want to go here, people? Which way are you going to go? Are you going to just stick with the pack of lies? Or shall we save 1 million babies with the truth, with facts, with evidence, with faith in knowledge of what we know? Because the lines between fantasy and reality have become very, very blurred in this world, and it is too easy for them to step in and do a bit of hocus pocus with the wording, and oh bang, everybody's mesmerised. This apparently is fake news, isn't it? And even the people that have participated in it, in the Red Cross, turn around and say it was fake news. Because these people can commit any crime they want, can't they, and say it's fake news. No, it's It is all a lie. It's a really, really, really serious thing that this, as I say, you need to share it. You check the links under the videos, you know, that I'm going to be sharing under this video link. Check all these links, okay? Understand, get a grip on what is going on and why this is so important, and why the establishment has colluded so closely together. And it just shows how much power they've got, doesn't it, to silence people. Well, we need to stop being silenced, because it is murder. And you're talking about, you know, what they want to do. They are hell-bent on genocide, okay? That is what it's all about. Because, as I say, to them, there's too many people. There's only too many people, because they fear from us. They fear from us coming back to our humanity and kicking them into touch. And if it means that 2/3 of humanity must be totally wiped out for them to stay in power and in their wealth and in full control, that is what they will do. And the people helping them to do it today will be the ones, it will be you and your children and your grandchildren, those fuckers will be wiping out. Do you understand, people? About sharpening the knives to cut your own throats because it pays a wage. Honestly, you know, this is total madness. And I'm calling you out, Red Cross, for the evil bastards that you are, if you do not now do a complete turnaround and start giving, get into Africa now and start giving those babies that MMS. You do it now, and you stop lying, because I tell you now, this is your last warning, this is your chance, Red Cross. If you cannot deliver this cure to the children of Africa from tomorrow, okay, as soon as possible, then every single one of you that is take part in this organisation, every one of you are damned, okay? You damned. And you've damned yourselves by your own evil ignorance. And actually, you're all murderers. That is what you are. You are murderers. Okay? I can understand people being threatened and this and that happening, but I tell you what, for the sake of 1 million children's lives, yeah, you are going to do a massive turnaround, Red Cross, and you're going to start promoting MMS. You're going to call Big Pharma out, and Big Pharma, you are going to put your hands in your pockets now, because you've got no right, you don't need no more money. All of you are damned to hell. Okay, if you cannot now start giving the people what they need. And humanity, rise up, please, please, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up with the knowledge, rise up and get your children and save them, and stop believing garbage just because it's on the TV. Stop believing garbage just because it comes out of some high up professional's mouth. They're all crazy. They're crazy people. They will lie through their teeth in order to keep their little corners of this world that the devils have granted them. Oh yes, yes, you just do as you're told and speak as we tell you to speak. You know, we'll write your script, and yes, you can live very happy in this little cottage in a little quiet place here and have everything that you need, and never mind about the millions of people all suffering and starving, you know, because we're raping their lands and robbing them of their rights to healthcare. And that is the most despicable thing of all, that everything Africa has given to this world, and this world cannot even, oh gosh, seriously, please just wake up.